Power, miracles, and destiny. The Ten Commandments wasn't just a film. It was a cinematic epic that defined generations. However, here is your top-notch question. What happened to the stars who brought these iconic biblical characters to life? From legendary careers to tragic endings, today we revisit the unforgettable cast of the Ten Commandments and reveal how each of their stories ended. Charlton Heston was the iconic face of epic cinema, forever remembered for his powerful portrayal of Moses in the Ten Commandments. With his booming voice, commanding presence, and intense delivery, he brought the biblical figure to life, especially in the unforgettable scene where he parts the Red Sea, a moment etched into film history. Heston's influence extended beyond Hollywood. He was a passionate advocate for political causes, serving as president of the National Rifle Association and speaking out on issues he believed in. In 2002, he revealed symptoms of Alzheimer's disease and gradually stepped away from public life. He passed away in 2008 at age 84. Though his final years were quiet, Heston's cinematic legacy remains bold and unforgettable. Yul Brynner's portrayal of Ramses in the Ten Commandments was unforgettable. With a piercing stare, regal posture, and commanding voice, he brought depth to the arrogant and conflicted pharaoh. His iconic bald head and intense presence made Ramses more than a villain. He was mesmerizing. Already a Broadway star from The King and I, Brynner gave the role theatrical gravitas. Off-screen, he was elegant and charismatic but battled cigarette addiction. Diagnosed with lung cancer in 1983, he spent his final years warning against smoking. Before his death in 1985 at age 65, he recorded a haunting PSA. "Now that I'm gone, I tell you, don't smoke." His legacy lives on through both his iconic roles and his life-saving message. Anne Baxter brought elegance, intensity, and vulnerability to her role as Nefertari in the Ten Commandments. Torn between her love for Moses and duty to the throne, she delivered a performance rich with emotion. Her expressive eyes and commanding presence turned Nefertari into one of the film's most memorable characters. Beyond this role, Baxter enjoyed a distinguished career in film and theater. She won an Academy Award for The Razor's Edge and gained lasting fame in All About Eve. Known for her versatility, she portrayed both glamorous and modest women with equal grace. In 1983, she suffered a brain aneurysm and passed away at 62. Though her death was sudden, her legacy lives on through unforgettable performances. Edward G. Robinson brought a unique energy to the role of Dathan, the scheming overseer who betrays his people in the Ten Commandments. With his sharp delivery and distinctive voice, Robinson made Dathan a standout villain. His casting was bold, as he had been blacklisted during the McCarthy era over alleged communist ties. Still, Cecil B. DeMille gave him a chance to return to Hollywood. Already famous for gangster roles like Little Caesar, Robinson proved his versatility. He died in 1973 from a heart attack shortly after finishing Soylent Green. Though he never won a competitive Oscar, he received a posthumous Lifetime Achievement Award that year, honoring his lasting legacy in film. Even Billy Crystal had something to say about him.
Edward G. Robinson is a tremendous hero, right down to some of his later roles, like in The Cincinnati Kid.
Yvonne DiCarlo brought quiet strength and dignity to her role as Sephora, Moses' devoted wife, offering a calm contrast to the film's epic drama. By the time she appeared in The Ten Commandments, DiCarlo was an established star, known for her beauty and versatility in films like Salome, Where She Danced, and Crisscross. She gained new fans as Lily Munster in The Munsters. Off-screen, she faced hardship, stepping away to care for her son after a serious car accident. She worked occasionally in TV and film, but lived a quiet life. DiCarlo passed away in 2007 at 84, remembered for her elegance and enduring strength. Deborah Paggi was in her early 20s when she portrayed Lilia, the tragic, enslaved water girl whose love story added emotional depth to the Ten Commandments. With her delicate features and graceful presence, she became one of the most captivating actresses of the 1950s. Known for The Indian Tomb and Love Me Tender with Elvis Presley, Paget earned global admiration. By the mid-1960s, she stepped away from Hollywood to focus on her personal life and spiritual journey. After her quiet later years, Paget passed away in 2019 at 86. Her beauty, talent, and unforgettable roles ensured her legacy lived on. John Derek played Joshua, the courageous and loyal follower of Moses, in the Ten Commandments. His calm strength and striking looks made him a standout, solidifying his status as a Hollywood heartthrob of the 1950s. Off-screen, Derek's life was equally dramatic, with high-profile romances, including his marriage to Bo Derek when she was 18. In the 1970s, he transitioned to directing, often casting Bo in his films. While controversial, these projects kept him in the spotlight. John Derek passed away in 1998 at 71 from heart failure. Despite a mixed legacy, his role as Joshua remains iconic. Sir Cedric Hardwicke's portrayal of Seti, the Pharaoh of Egypt, in The Ten Commandments was marked by quiet wisdom and commanding authority. A seasoned British actor, he brought gravitas and calm dignity to the role amidst the film's grandeur. Known for his distinguished career in both theater and film, Hardwicke's deep voice and regal presence made him a standout. His contributions to the arts earned him a knighthood. Hardwicke passed away unexpectedly from a heart attack in 1964. Though his death was sudden, his legacy in cinema remains enduring. Nina Foch portrayed Bithiah, the compassionate Egyptian princess, who adopts baby Moses with grace and quiet strength. Her performance added emotional depth to the Ten Commandments, making Bithiah one of the film's most beloved characters. Outside of acting, Foch became a respected educator, teaching directing and filmmaking at USC's School of Cinematic Arts. She helped shape the minds of future filmmakers with the same passion she brought to the screen. Foch continued working in film and television throughout her life, balancing her career with her teaching. In 2008, she passed away from complications related to a blood disorder at the age of 84. Her dual legacy as a gifted performer and an inspiring teacher continues to influence Hollywood today. Martha Scott's portrayal of Jochebed, Moses' biological mother, in The Ten Commandments is remembered for its warmth and emotional depth. A classically trained actress, Scott brought quiet strength, poise, and subtle emotion to her roles. She also portrayed Charlton Heston's mother in Ben-Hur, further solidifying her status in Hollywood's golden age. Known for her versatility, Scott worked across both film and television, earning a reputation for playing a wide range of characters. She passed away in 2003 at 90 from natural causes. Her legacy endures through her powerful, timeless performances in both film and television. Michael Moore portrayed Eleazar, one of Moses' loyal followers, in The Ten Commandments. Though he had little dialogue, Moore conveyed Eleazar's loyalty and strength through subtle gestures and steadfast expressions. His rugged look and solemn demeanor added authenticity to the film. Moore maintained a steady career in supporting roles throughout the 1950s and 60s, often in historical dramas and action films. While never a leading man, his contributions were vital to epic cinema. He passed away in 2013 at 95. Judith Anderson's portrayal of Memnet, the treacherous nurse in The Ten Commandments, brought chilling intensity to the film, making her one of its most memorable villains. Known for her commanding voice and dramatic presence, Anderson was a versatile actress with a lasting impact on stage and screen. She is best remembered for her role as Mrs. Danvers in Rebecca and psychological drama. Anderson earned a Tony Award, an Emmy Award, and an Academy Award nomination, achieving the coveted Triple Crown of acting. She passed away in 1992 at 94, leaving a legacy as a Hollywood legend. Douglas Dumbrille is best known for his role as Janus, the priest, but he also portrayed Chancellor A in The Ten Commandments. Though his screen time as I was limited and mostly silent, Dumbrille's elegant and commanding presence enhanced the film's regal atmosphere. He had a long career as a sophisticated villain or influential figure during Hollywood's golden age, using his refined voice and stern expressions to bring depth to any role. Dumbrille passed away in 1974 at 85. Remembered as a skilled character actor who added class and impact to every performance, even in smaller roles. Vincent Price delivered a captivating performance as Baca, the cruel and menacing overseer in The Ten Commandments. His signature, sinister charm, deep voice, and commanding presence brought a chilling depth to the character, making Baca one of the film's most memorable antagonists. Though his role in the biblical epic was striking, it was just a glimpse of what Price would become, an icon of horror cinema. With standout performances in House of Wax, The Pit, and The Pendulum, and dozens of other spooky classics, he became the unmistakable voice and face of mid-century horror. Yet off-screen, Price was a man of refined tastes. He was a passionate art collector, respected art historian, and even published cookbooks, showing a cultured and intelligent side that surprised many fans. Vincent Price passed away in 1993 at the age of 82 from lung cancer. His legacy endures through his unforgettable performances and his unique influence on both film and culture. Olive Dearing portrayed Miriam, the devoted sister of Moses, with warmth, grace, and quiet strength. Though not a central character, Miriam's unwavering support for her brother and her deep faith made her presence emotionally powerful. Dearing brought a softness and sincerity to the role that helped humanize the epic story. Unlike some of her co-stars, Olive Dearing didn't pursue fame aggressively in Hollywood. She had a steady career in both film and stage. After the Ten Commandments, she returned mostly to the theater, where she was widely respected. She passed away in 1986 at the age of 67 from cancer. Though her time on screen was limited, her portrayal of Miriam remains a heartfelt part of the film. Douglas Dumbrill's portrayal of Janus, the Egyptian priest, added depth to the religious and ideological conflicts in the Ten Commandments. Known for his commanding presence, Dumbrill often portrayed morally complex villains in Hollywood's golden age. His restrained performance as Janus showcased the character's quiet power and highlighted the tension between faith and political authority. While often working in the shadows of bigger stars, Dumbrill's contribution to the film was vital. He passed away in 1974 at 85, remembered for shaping classic Hollywood villains with his iconic roles. Woody Strode made a brief but unforgettable appearance as the king of Ethiopia in the Ten Commandments. Though he had no speaking lines, his towering presence, regal costume, and intense gaze left a lasting impression. He symbolized the wealth and reach of Pharaoh's empire, representing one of the many nations that came to pay tribute. Even in silence, Strode commanded attention and added to the film's epic scale. Beyond this role, Strode was a trailblazer in both athletics and film. A former football star, he became one of the first African-American actors to break racial barriers in Hollywood, especially in westerns and historical epics. His performances in films like Spartacus and Sergeant Rutledge earned him respect across the industry. Woody Strode passed away in 1994 at the age of 80, remembered as a true pioneer in both sports and cinema. Will Coxon was not only a talented actor, but also a vital behind-the-scenes figure in the Ten Commandments. As associate producer for Cecil B. DeMille, he helped shape the film's grand scale. In front of the camera, he portrayed Pentar, a character who added depth to the story. His ability to transition between acting and producing made him essential to DeMille's team. Throughout his career, Will Coxon worked on iconic films, collaborating with major stars. He passed away in 1984 at 84 from cancer, leaving a lasting legacy through his contributions to classic Hollywood cinema. This storyline would not be complete without Moses' brother. And this is where John Carradine comes in, as he portrayed Aaron, the brother of Moses, in The Ten Commandments. Known for his deep, resonant voice and commanding presence, Carradine brought both strength and humility to the role. As Moses' spokesperson, Aaron played a crucial part in delivering God's message to Pharaoh and supporting his brother during the Hebrews' struggle for freedom. Carradine was already a seasoned actor by the time he joined the film, with a career spanning horror, westerns, and classic dramas, and his performance as Aaron stood out for its quiet conviction. He passed away in 1988 at the age of 82 from natural causes, leaving behind over 300 film credits and a lasting legacy in Hollywood. Our last cast today is an emotional wheel controller. Michael Ansara's brief but impactful role as a brutal taskmaster in the Ten Commandments showcased his ability to portray intense characters. His commanding presence and deep voice made him stand out, even in a small part. Ansara's career, however, extended far beyond this biblical epic. He went on to become a staple of both television and film, with notable roles in iconic shows such as Star Trek, where he played the Klingon Commander Kang, and I Dream of Jeannie. Over his illustrious six-decade career, Ansara became known for his versatility, often cast as authority figures, villains, and strong characters. His contributions to both westerns and science fiction solidified his place in Hollywood history. Michael Ansara passed away in 2013 at the age of 91, leaving behind a legacy that spanned across television, film, and genres. Which actor's transformation surprised you the most? Drop a comment below and tell us your favorite scene from the movie. And if you want more legendary Hollywood deep dives, don't forget to subscribe.